creepy TikToks that will make you rethink reality. Let's go!
Disclaimer: this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, as these clips haven't been fact-checked.
One of the biggest misconceptions about the carnivore diet is that people think if you only eat meat, you will smell terrible. This could not be further from the truth. I used to be vegan for 6 years. My body odor, sweating, and farts just went out of control. And now that I'm carnivore, I don't need any soap or body wash. I smell amazing, and I no longer fart. How about you?
Isn't farting a sign that your gut is healthy? Why vegan or carnivore? Why not just eat both? Balance. Anyone have any take on this? Drop a comment, please.
Do you live now? Well, it's funny you asked that question, because this week, where I have been living in Baltimore, is being foreclosed on. My house is being sold at auction.
Really?
So I have to go back to Baltimore and put all my things in storage.
Really?
So the answer to that question is, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to live now.
How much money do you have?
None.
What are you going to do?
Get back on the horse.
Said when the truth comes to light.
Hiding this from you. The Bermuda Triangle isn't just a mysterious region, it's a gateway to another dimension. But that's not even the craziest thing that was recently discovered. In declassified naval reports, there are accounts of ships and planes vanishing, saying they disappeared without a trace, as if swallowed by the sea. These incidents have occurred for decades. So what's really happening in the Bermuda Triangle? This is where things get scary. In recently uncovered documents from a top-secret military project, it said that the Bermuda Triangle is not just a danger zone, but a portal created by an advanced ancient civilization known as the Atlanteans. The documents specifically mention that the Atlanteans, who had mastered interdimensional travel, established the Bermuda Triangle as a gateway to another realm, which has since become unstable and causes the mysterious disappearances. However, once the Atlanteans disappeared, the technology behind the portal was lost, and the true nature of the Bermuda Triangle was concealed to prevent widespread panic and exploitation. This explains why so many ships and planes have vanished without explanation, and why the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's most enigmatic mysteries.
Conspiracy theories said Atlantis and other islands are there, protected by the elite. What do you think? Probably AI. Please do your own research.
Smith is a
Oh, I liked him.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night. That he's really but I wasn't allowed to say anything at that time because we were part of the committee that was supposed to punish him.
And how do you punish him?
Wow, wait. Just back up a second. Hang on.
I want to know
Will
what the punishment
Smith is like, for me, when I met him, right, I always
Like
say...
the nicest,
yes,
most wonderful. He's a
yeah.
liar. Complete, utter fraud. Will is a douchebag, and that's something that you can't. The thing is, that's how politically correct the Academy is.
Right.
That they were so cowardly. Because if I would have done that, they would have been hauled out to prison. But because they were so worried about being, racist, violence is what it is, and what the color of your skin or your religion doesn't matter.
Sure.
If you commit a crime in front of other people, you get hauled out of there.
Yeah, but didn't you also sort of think, oh, he's standing up for his missus? You didn't like that?
It doesn't matter. You can't hit another dude.
All you need to know about Rob is he's best friend with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock. I love how he added the glass when it wasn't even there.
If you're a conspiracy theorist, this upcoming iOS 18 update might not be for you. And it needs to be talked about immediately, because how is nobody questioning this? I swear, humans are so easily entertained, it's actually scary. First of all, let's start off with the fact that while it might seem cool, your front-facing camera will allow you to use your device with your eyes. Yes, your eyes. Literally tracking them as they move. While this might seem cool for users with physical disabilities, you are literally capable, like it says here, of navigating through the elements of an app and use dwell control to activate each element, accessing additional functions such as physical buttons, swipes, and other gestures solely with their eyes. I think we're getting a little bit too advanced here, people. And if that's not sketchy, you will literally be able to lock any app. Yes, lock your apps and even hide them as well. So say goodbye to monogamy, ladies and gentlemen. But the biggest one yet is the fact that Siri is getting an extreme AI update, which will allow it to quite literally have access to everything in your phone, including your location, your text messages, see every single photo on your device as well, and even pick out via voice command a specific photo you have throughout your entire album to its most precise wording, such as asking Siri to find a specific photo from years ago with a specific individual. The good thing is the fact that right now, AI capabilities, as we know, will only be available on the iPhone 15 Pro, which I'm guessing people wouldn't want after hearing what's coming. I've seen the show The 100 and the movie Terminator, so I'm good, wink wink. But if this is for you, then so be it, go for it. After looking into Senate Bill 1409, I don't really know. Go ahead and do yourself a favor and go look into Senate Bill 1409. Then things get really interesting.
I've been telling people that prophecy is basically a made-up word to make you feel safe. No data is safe.
I'm going to make you say 19, right? 19. Ready for it? What's 10 plus 10?
20.
What's 20 plus 30?
50.
What's 50 plus 50?
100.
And what's 100 take away 10?
Well, it's 90.
There it is!
I thought you said 19.
Yes.
Oh, you
It's like the yes/no game. You just said yes. No, I didn't. Oh, I got you.
Oh my God.
When you think it's ended, that's when it's actually starting.
Sony, I'm starting to think that you like pissing us off. Because what is this? The PS6 coming out this Christmas?
That's crazy.
I just got the PS5. I ain't even played that good yet. How the PS6 coming out before the new Grand Theft Auto? Every time I think that life is getting good, the universe slaps me upside my head.
Thought it wasn't coming up till 2028. I used to be a hardcore gamer. Because of that, my neck is hurt. My neck is in pain. That's why you see me twitching a lot.
I'm gonna get some safety goggles next time.
They will throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be whipping and gnashing of teeth. Matthew 13:42. If you know, you know.
Hat right here, pretty much Bloods and Brims wear this hat right here. LA County Bloods and Brims. These other two hats right here, these Philly hats, these right here, strictly Pyrus. Pyrus come out of Compton. You don't want to be in any Compton crib hoods with this on. The St. Louis hat right here, BPS, strictly Bloods. You hear me? Even Park Village Compton Crips might wear this logo too. Be careful. Even the San Francisco 49er hat, that's Family Swan Bloods. The San Francisco baseball cast, 7-4 Hoovers. Remember that. This Astro hat, that's Hoovers all the way. And they probably the most hated gang out here. The red W hat, West Side Pyrus mainly. But the black version of this W hat could be the West Boulevard Crips. They beef with the St. Louis hat. This also could be Watergate Crips and Hawthorne, and also some Mexican gangs will wear the W as well. This Milwaukee cap, this is all strictly 40 Crips. I'm gonna be real with you. 40 Crips with this hat right here. These A hats right here are a little bit tricky. That could be for Avenue Pyrus in Inglewood. Also be Cross Atlantic Pyrus. Also the Asian Boy Crips wear that too. Now with this A right here, you have some Avalon Crips, you have some 40 Crips from the Avenues. Everybody knows this hat right here. This the neighborhood Crips all wear this hat right here. The 40s to the 100s, even more Crips wear. Nutty Block and Compton, got Schoolyard Crips wear that too. A lot of Crips wear the NY. Even got 2 N's in Long Beach. That's Vince Staples and OT Genesis in them. The Rolling 60s will also wear this hat right here, so be careful. Also got Southside Compton Crips that wear that too. The Stevenson Village Crips in Carson also wear that too. The Skillers hat, that's the Rolling 20 Crips. Snoop Dogg and them, they wear that in Long Beach. Be careful, because if you in Long Beach wearing a Raider hat, that's the Insane Crips and they beef with those Skiller hats. Be careful. Even the 18th Street gang is gonna wear this too. That's the Mexican. The Saints hat right here, that's Imperial Village Crips in Inglewood. Even they will wear the V hat. They will wear a hat with a straight V on it. Be careful for them Crips out there in Inglewood. This pirate hats right here could be for 456 Island Pyrus in Pomona or the PJ Watts Crips. Careful with that P. This one right here, you're gonna see a lot of Grave Street Crips and Watts wearing this one right here. When you see this Mariners hat right here, you're gonna see a lot of 40 Crips, Front Street Watts Crips, even Florencia wearing this F right here. But this one right here, you're gonna have Inglewood families wearing this one right here. And they're even gonna also wear this other one right here. Inglewood families, these two right here. This hat right here, A-Tray Gangster Crips. All Gangster Crips is gonna wear this all around the board. Also, you're gonna have 20 Bloods wearing that, the rolling 20 Bloods. You're gonna have some Tongan Crips wearing this also. With this White Sox hat, you're gonna have Santana Block Compton Crips, and you're also gonna have 6 Hood Compton Crips. This hat right here, you're gonna see the 30 Crips wearing this, and the Tongan Crips also gonna wear that too. This C hat right here, that's Cedar Block Pyrus. That's where the game is from. They bang that red C for Cedar Block. This KC hat, that's the Kitchen Crips. Be careful. This Green Bay Packer hat right here, that's the Shotgun Crips and the Payback Crips in Gardena. Now this D hat right here gonna be for the Harlem 30s and for the 40 Crips from the dark side. You hear me? Now this Bulls hat, you will see Bloods wear this. And this Cowboy hat, you will see Crips wearing that. I know. This M hat right here, all Mafia Crips. They all wearing this one.
Ooh.
The Crips is gonna wear this O hat right here. All the O's from the 30s to the 40s to the 100s. That's the Crips right there. This one's a little tricky. You could wear this Clippers hat that say Clippers. That's fine. But once you wear this one right here, that's Lewis Park West Side Bloods right there. The Lions with Cross Atlantic Pyrus right there. And the
That's a
Lions
nice
with Cedar
hat.
Block Pyrus all in one.
They are all
I think they need to make their own merch, to be honest. I know blood. The only blood I'm a member of is the Blood of Christ gang.
always going to put the truth in your face. Check out this commercial where they show the firmament and the waters above the firmament. What you just saw was biblically accurate. God's word states we live under a firmament that separates the waters above the firmament. We're in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. The Hebrew word for firmament is rakia, which is extended surface, solid expanse, the vault of heaven supporting the waters above it, considered by Hebrews as solid and supporting the waters above it. But what do y'all think about this commercial? Y'all let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow me, and share this. Let's get this out to the people. And like always, God bless.
They say NASA did deep sea exploration before outer space exploration because of this. Let me know how you feel in the comments.
The bar came loose while you were riding a roller coaster. You'd probably expect to immediately fall out, but that probably wouldn't happen. You see, as you're being pulled into the loop, gravity tries to pull you down towards the ground. But because of the speed you're going and the direction of the tracks, a special force actually pushes you further down, outweighing the pull of gravity and keeping you in your seat.
I hope so.
我喜欢你的项链，感觉很适合你。你中午吃饭了吗 ？Thank you so much. Pretty excited. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get you better hair. 你晚上准备吃什么
Ooh, I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight.
就是你一般早上会喝咖啡吗？
I don't drink coffee, I drink tea.
Oh.
I'm a tea drinker.
咖啡是对你没用吗？还是有的时候我晚上喝茶会失眠，你呢？
Okay, so where's next?
The future is now. Star Trek technology without the Enterprise. We go back to one world language, folks.
Hey guys, check out this amazing footage of a alien type of creature spotted on a Ring doorbell camera home security system in El Paso, Texas. Recorded by a woman sitting on her couch at 3:30 in the morning, noticed something on her phone from a notification telling her that there was some type of movement or activity outside of her home. Now, people all over the internet are saying this is some type of alien creature or of a unknown species. No one seems to know what this creature is. It's going viral all over the internet, all over TikTok. People are sharing this video and reposting it. Others are saying the eyes and face resembles Taylor Greene, a political runner. What do you guys think this is? Please comment below. Don't forget to repost.
That's just Karen from HOA checking on you.
Hey, how much do you spend a month in Bali?
What do you want to know? What kind of expenses?
Accommodation?
Accommodation, $300. Motorbike, 180. Food is around like 10 million. I eat a lot. Coffee, Garden, lion's mane, ashwagandha, reishi, Himalayan salt. So I do spend around 50 to $60 on supplements. $150 for the gym and recovery. What else do you spend then?
Visa?
Oh, visa, that's expensive. $100 a month. Health insurance, $100. You know, you're in Bali. Shit happens all the time. So this is where I'm staying. You get the pool, you get the co-working. So this is the gym. This is perfect. You just come up here, the roof. I think it's a good deal.
$300 for rent and $700 for food is wild. $700 is 10 million here.
Seen a lot of crazy things, but I've never seen a water park like this inside someone's house. I mean, you literally have a jacuzzi, palm trees, a bridge, a waterfall. What's wild is that this water park is literally steps off your living room.
Tell me why the biggest ancient temple in Southeast Asia has the exact layout of a CPU. This is Prambanan. It is in Java. Prambanan was built in the 9th century and abandoned in the 10th century. The temple's intricately carved head to toe, and you can only see the whole thing if you have a car. Colonizer dudes found it like this in the early 1900s, and it has since been restored into what it is today. I have a bachelor's in computer engineering. That is the hardware side of computers, and this immediately stood out to me as soon as I saw the aerial. All processors have a speed at which they can process data. This is usually in cycles per second, which is often in gigahertz now. So how many ones and zeros can fit in a cycle per second? That's the speed. Hindu architecture reflects many properties of sound waves. Could they be sound waves? I don't know. But this one looks exactly like a sound bubble actually travels through air. Tamil temples have insane resonance and look just like resonators we use in microelectronics. Looking at Borobudur from above almost perfectly reflects the pattern made by roughly 3500 hertz. Angkor Wat shares nearly the same layout as a high-frequency oscillator used in digital timekeeping. Southeast Asia and Egypt share a lot of architectural similarities. Egypt as well, and luckily they figured out that the pyramids can focus electromagnetic energy. If you flip those, you get the same design as the stepwells in India. Stepwells follow the pattern so close you could almost make a blueprint out of the cymatic. What about the temple? We're going to look at the Shiva temple that's right in the middle. The main chamber of the temple has golden ratio symmetry. Perspective. The harmonic series shows how waves fit inside waves harmonically. Magnetic field lines also do this. If we take that and put it from the top to the bottom of the temple, the tip follows the curve and there's a harmonic intersection in that top chamber. Middle chamber is empty, so it might have excluded some frequencies like a bandpass filter. The dead center of the harmonic series is right at the top of the main chamber. This is where all the frequencies in one wave meet. Chamber design is also similar to the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid. Processors take in a frequency, organize the instructions into commands, and send it out to other places that process and share the commands to make life easier and change the world. That's you. India has been screaming this for 8,000 years. Read the Vedas, go there. I will be in the comments.
Borobudur and Prambanan are in Java, Indonesia. If you happen to be in Indonesia, check it out. They're a massive temple.
Bro. Black Hawk helicopters. the same direction that that ship was flying, from over there to that way.
I'm showing this to my reptilian bosses.
Shock. China invested $3.5 billion and took 30 days to build a city out of ice. It is Harbin Ice and Snow World. This year is the largest scale addition in history. Ice City expanded to 8.7 million square feet, equivalent to the area of 159 White Houses. During the day in minus 20-degree F weather, and enjoy watching the wonderful and spectacular ice sculptures with a loving person. After turning on the lights at night, the colorful ice lanterns are very dreamy. It's very much like the ice and snow kingdom in the fairy tale world. Give people infinite happiness. Harbin Ice and Snow World is the building with the shortest stay in the world. It cannot be copied. Due to climate reasons, it only lasts about 2 months each year. Such a gorgeous world of ice and snow. Would you like to take a look?
It looks like AI, but the place is real. It cost $3.5 billion just for 2 months. That is wild.
Oh, bro, he's following me for no, I don't give you anything. Have you ever seen a cow eating watermelon? No, you did. Enjoy your watermelon, please. Oh, no, bro. No. Oh, super. No, they get more even. Oh, nice. They get chapati. It is an apple as well. Please enjoy it. Huh? No, I cannot. Want the juice? Yeah, I mean, take the juice. And the rupees is really not much, but you know how it is. I mean, many of you in the comments, you say, Carlos, you're so poor, you're a beggar, you're stupid, you're mean. Don't support beggars, don't support kids. Don't support parents who send their kids on the street to be able to support the parents' business. I don't throw it here because I don't want the cow to eat my cup. Oh bro, don't touch me, go away now. It's really annoying.
You give to one, they come back times 5 or times 10.
Just what on earth? What the hell? Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell? It's like some futuristic kind of, I don't know what to call it, like an aircraft hangar. China just keep outdoing themselves. Every station. Just take a look at this station. I've been to a lot of metro stations throughout China in different cities. Each one I go to, it just gets better and better. Look at this. We're back again. Back once again in a science fiction movie. This is not science fiction. China made it science fact.
I've never been to China, but I'm going, man.
Come run 8 miles with me at the bun in Shanghai. First, I gotta stretch. We are in China, so you're gonna see Chinese flags everywhere and cameras. You will not see any unhoused people out here at all. I haven't seen any and it's been 2 weeks. You will also not see anyone with their arms out. I feel like the whole time I've been here, I've been the only person with arms out. Gotta start my corals to track my run that my coach put in there. A very easy 8 mile. That's the goal. China has the best running, walking trails of anywhere I've seen. For this particular marathon, I've run in multiple countries, cities. China cares about their people and their health the most. I am not even able to record all of the runners that I'm seeing. It's 6 a.m. If they're not running, they're doing Tai Chi or working out in the green spaces. The corals tells you if you're running too fast or too slow, which is really good. The views are insane. The cameras are abundant. It makes me feel extremely safe. Okay, cameras. It felt unusual at first, but then I was like, you know what, girl? I don't run outside at home in Charlotte. I do not. More cameras. The unhoused problem is sick out there. It feels very dangerous. And something about this place feels extremely safe. Probably all the cameras. Cameras, always gardeners. Cameras, always gardeners. Hello. Ni hao. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Everyone's hella friendly. In the more rural areas, maybe where they don't see black people, they're really curious, but still friendly. Camera, camera, camera. Women are being punched in New York City, and people are being thrown into the subway. If a couple extra cameras keep me on my feet, I will goddamn take it. Look at this old man running. They be so old running. It's crazy to me. First piece of litter I see. 1 mile in, 7 more to go. Morning. Like, dude, come on. Somebody was like, oh, propaganda. Somebody paid her to go to China. Are you dumb? I haven't had one bad experience, bad meal, bad nothing here. The propaganda is what we think China is. Oh, Chinese people don't like black people. You thinking about menace to society? They were Korean. My nail lady be talking about me. She's Vietnamese. Only interactions I have with actual Chinese people is at the Chinese restaurant. That was the only thing I knew about them before this. And they cool as hell. They be knowing your order, giving you free iced tea. And I know I'm not talking about all of China, but bro, this it. I'm from Miami. You ain't gotta pay me to live here.
I want to know how's the air though. I heard it's very polluted. And I heard Taiwan is amazing and extremely safe as well.
Hear that China found dinosaurs?
No.
I don't know how credible this source is. There's this lady on TikTok, and she was at a nail salon getting her nails done. She said all the nail techs or whatever were doing everyone's nails, and they had their TV on at the salon, and it was a Chinese news. And she said they said something, and literally every person stopped that was doing the nails, and they all looked at the TV. And she's like, "What are they talking about?" So she flipped on her Google Translate. What it read from the news thing was that China has discovered new lands, uncharted lands that no one has ever stepped foot on, and it has dinosaurs on it, and in fact 2 species of dinosaurs we didn't even know about. She asked the lady, she's like, and she flipped around, "Is this what he said?" She's like, "Yeah."
What?
And I'm like, how is this not news everywhere?
How is that not worldwide news? What's the type of dinosaur? Do they know? T-Rex.
But it's making all the flat earthers go wild. They're like, "We told you. There's land beyond land."
It's annoying. They should have stopped at, I don't know how incredible this source is.
Musk says he will now lock iPhones in an electromagnetic cage at all of his companies after Apple announced a partnership with OpenAI. Apple just announced that OpenAI's ChatGPT will now be integrated into all of its technology. And Musk took to X saying, if Apple integrates OpenAI at the OS level, then Apple devices will be banned at my companies. That is an unacceptable security violation. Visitors will also have to check their Apple devices at the door, where they will be stored in a cage. Not only does Musk view it as a security violation, but he may also see it as competition as well. Musk was one of the earliest backers of OpenAI and served as one of its first co-chairs alongside Sam Altman when it launched. And now Musk's AI startup called XAI has released a large language model named Gronk.
Doesn't he want to put chips in our brain? How is that not worse?
A lot of P. Diddy being connected to a lot of people's deaths. So recently, there's been an investigation going on, and the theories that P. Diddy has connections to Michael Jackson's death.
No way.
And it's known that he hates the industry. There was a video of him at an award ceremony. They tried to fuck up his career because Michael Jackson basically owned over 50% of Sony Records.
These guys work really hard at their craft. The companies take advantage of them. They never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them. I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them. They're very angry at me because of it, but
how is this connected to P. Diddy, right? P. Diddy, he had a head of security, was a guy that any employees that P. Diddy has, if you ever get pulled over in California or in Miami, to call this guy, Fahim, and he'll take care of it. He'll make any problem, any police trouble disappear. So he has power in the police. Michael Jackson died in 2009. That guy, Fahim, in 2008, he graduated from college. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in real estate and business and had no experience in security or anything like that. So how is a guy who just graduated college the head of security already for Michael Jackson, the biggest music artist of all time? Because he was there at Michael Jackson's testimony, and he was the second person on the scene whenever Michael Jackson died. Because first it was obviously the doctor who was trying to...
I
I think Didi is just the fall guy for the higher ups. What do you think?
Can't be around negative people. And there's a fundamental difference between negative feelings and a negative person. If your friend comes to you because they're having a bad day or they want to vent and you say, oh, I don't want to do that negativity, bro, you're the asshole. But there are these people whose entire personality is their problems. They don't want to solve their problems. They don't want to find solutions. They just want to complain. They want nothing more than for you to be as upset about their problems as they are. They just want you to be like, oh, that must be so hard. The minute I recognize somebody is like this, I cut them out of my life completely. Like if we're still talking about the same problem the third time you come to complain about it and you haven't done a damn thing about it, that's not you wanting to solve your problem. That's you draining energy from the people around you. And those people don't deserve an ounce of anyone's time.
And they usually never ask about what's going on with you. It's all about them.
Trading has been halted for the 7th time since Roaring Kitty has been back and the GameStop saga has reignited. Now, this is pretty unprecedented, but let me explain to you why this is shocking to me. When you understand that there is high frequency trading being done between servers that have federally regulated lengths of fiber optic cables in order for these hedge funds to make hundredths of a cent more on each trade than the average American person working with AI. That's before we ever get to some of the greasing of the palms when it comes to the legislative bodies and participants in that. We're looking at you, Nancy Pelosi, Dan Crenshaw, and lots of others. There's no way you make $200,000 a year and have a $27 million net worth and came from nothing. It's not possible in public service, theoretically. So the fact that we now are just openly halting trading when the trading doesn't go as we want is a little like the blackjack dealer being like, oof, really don't like the fact that you just picked up a couple of, kings on that. I guess redeal, guys. Sorry. And so they just stopped the trading. When in actuality, what this is a hedge fund that is very badly losing a bet and it's not going well. So I'm just curious, at what point do we just admit that this is all just being massively manipulated? Do we just continue going about it? It's interesting to be participating, living, working in a system that is openly being ran by an oligarchy. Yeah, Roaring Kitty, you should be a billionaire by all rights. It's not their fault. You are doing, as far as I can tell, I have some compliance license. Nothing illegal's happening here. I'm not really sure what the argument is on the legal side. Also, Robinhood is a crap platform and Vlad should be imprisoned or at least he's complicit in this. Like, it's absolutely criminal what's happening with GameStop. Again, it's happened before.
I heard a rumor that 90% of our trades go straight into the dark market, and the only thing that affects how stocks move is big corporations. Okay, I got it. Stop pointing. Every hole or passageway they find, you say is to another dimension. How many dimensions is that?
Dean, why are electric car prices plummeting?
The demand's going down. If you know, I mean, everybody knows Tesla prices are dropping like a rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is the adoption. It looks like originally the electric cars was like a thing. And now it's become more mainstream, and then all the nuances about having an electric car becoming more widespread with consumers, like charging infrastructure, you know me, right? Just to go far. Sometimes I gotta freaking plan like shit. Where's the closest? So that's affecting a lot of people. And I bought my electric car knowing that's what I got to deal with. But the car was so cool, I just want to have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the general marketplace isn't going to look at it that way, right? If I'm going to replace my gas car to save on gas, I want to be able to use it normally, and it's not that easy. You know, even if you get a Tesla, right? So I think the adoption of electric cars becoming widespread, and the problems with the EV the nature of having an EV is becoming widespread. So the demand isn't going up as high. And what's happened is, aside from Tesla, you know, you got Audis, you look at all the Beamers out there, and the Mercedeses, and the Kias, and the Hyundais. It's becoming there's so much more new product coming on that the EV market, the car makers, the manufacturers expected the demand to keep going, so they flooded, and now there's a lot of inventory, and the adoption rate is going down. So you get an increase in supply and a decline in demand at the same time. What does that cause? Right? Prices come down. And then the bigger thing is hybrids, right? Hybrids have been around forever.
Especially a plug-in hybrid.
Yeah, plugins are new, but like, you know, Priuses have been around God knows how long, right? There was no buzz about them, but now the reality is, like, if I want to get the next car, I'd like to get a hybrid. Why? They don't have to deal with the worry about charging anymore. You know, the range issues, like that range anxiety issue, is a real thing. And I think why the prices are dropping is the manufacturers expected the demand to stay linear and keep growing, so there's more product coming into the market, but the market is reacting differently. The market's like, hey, you know, it's becoming so widespread that the more general users of electric cars are like, I don't want to get one. I might as well get a hybrid. I don't have to deal with the charging thing. So it's causing that both those elements are driving the prices down. You know, like for example, you know, the other thing is like for Teslas, like you heard, like Hertz just dumped all their Teslas. We've rented from Hertz before Teslas, and they're just dumping everything right now. I think that's for a different reason. But the big elephant in the room is Tesla's prices, you know. And I think there's a downward spiral in Tesla's prices, right? Imagine if you bought a Tesla a year ago, and now you find out that same car is 10 grand less. You'd be pissed because you're stuck with one. How are you going to get rid of yours? Right? So it's a whole different, Tesla is like it's magnified by like 3x the problems of the EV market. So
Basically, there is no infrastructure to support electric cars.
Yep, this is actually happening to women's faces after their pregnancy. And if you have this, there is no cure. People were terrified after an elderly woman named Duan needed life-saving surgery after sudden changes to her hormones caused her face to stretch out due to several tumors growing. And so much so that her face drooped down to her waist and weighed almost 30 pounds, making her need to hold her face every time she moved, with many other women saying they've gotten these conditions after being pregnant. And if you notice any red bumps or swelling around the belly, you may need to go to the ER immediately. Not only did this happen to Duan's face, but she grew hundreds of tumor bumps all over her arms, legs, and her stomach, and all this seemingly happened overnight, and it wouldn't stop. And the bumps are so painful as they don't just appear on the outside, but also inside the body on nerve endings. And even after the doctors have to perform life-saving surgery, they told Duan that the chances of reoccurrence is actually very high, as she could need it again repeatedly for the rest of her life. However, it's important to note that Duan's condition is fibromatosis type 1, and the other is called pregnancy tumors. There's definitely overlap between the two, but they're not always the same, and early detection can minimize both.
Ooh, I can imagine going through pregnancy with a condition like that. Thank goodness for surgery.
85% of all high blood pressure diagnoses, 85%, are what we call idiopathic, meaning they're of unknown origin. So you go to the doctor and they say, hey, you got high blood pressure. Well, what's wrong? Well, your EKG is normal, your EEG is normal, your heart and lung sounds are normal, your dye contrast study is normal, your cardiac catheterization is normal. We tested your heart every which way we could. There's nothing wrong with your heart. We're still going to medicate your heart anyway. You're going to get beta blocker, calcium channel blocker, diuretic. Even though we don't know what's wrong, we're still going to give you medication. You're going to be on this for the rest of your life. Well, then why do I have it? Well, because your father had it or your grandmother had it. That's patently false. The majority of what's happening is there's an amino acid in the blood called homocysteine. You have it, I have it, you have it, we all have it in our bloodstream. Some people have a genetic impairment where they don't metabolize this homocysteine very well. In other words, they don't break homocysteine down and turn it into a harmless amino acid called methionine. You can take a simple amino acid called TMG. You could go to GNC and get it right now, $27 on. You could take this amino acid, you could begin to metabolize this homocysteine. What happens when homocysteine rises in the human bloodstream is, as it's cruising by the inside lining of the arteries, right, it irritates the artery. If you irritate an artery, it clamps down. If you make the pipes smaller in a fixed system, this is a closed system. If I make the pipes smaller, pressure goes up. There's nothing wrong with your heart. Blood vessels are constricted. You take an amino acid, you metabolize homocysteine, the blood pressure, the vascular system relaxes.
TMG.
The New South Wales government is cracking down on the sale of cream chargers, also known as nangs, to teenagers under new laws. The change would see same-day deliveries for the product become illegal. It would also include a restriction on the size and number of canisters that can be purchased.
This is a dangerous substance. This has caused death, it has caused harm. We cannot afford to see any more young people harmed or even killed by the use of this.
817 people were taken to emergency wards as a result of using the substance in the last few years, with almost 10% between the age of 13 and 16.
The devil wanted Moses' body to be his avatar on earth. Upon reading the Bible, you come across a fascinating mystery you'll instantly want to know more about. The fact that the archangel Michael and Satan disputed and wrestled over the body of Moses. Other than this verse, there's really nothing else mentioned. So let's use our investigation skills and dive in. If you study about Moses, you'll see that 120 years old when he died, that his eyes were full of brightness, not dim at all, and he had all of his physical force and strength in his body still. It was from meeting with the Lord face to face like no man had ever done before, and he actually had a glow. He actually had to veil his face around people because people could not tolerate to look at his face because it was so bright it actually hurt their eye. He had that diamond-faced Moses glow. One of the best ways to understand this is to understand that how in certain radioactive environments it's been demonstrated how people and plants can grow faster. So now imagine being in the unbridled presence of the Lord with his pure energy. If you know about all the genetic experimenting and genetic reproducing, Tree of Life, Sumerian, Anunnaki, and other scenarios, you'll know that fallen angels have a genetic obsession with humans. And we also know that some need avatars to work through. We also know at the end of time the Antichrist is going to need an avatar to work through, and I believe that's why he wanted Moses' body so badly. I'm sure he used the contention that he was a murderer so the body belonged to him, but there was probably not another avatar ever like that one from being in the presence of the Lord. Also, you'll actually see how in the book of Revelation that the Antichrist and false prophet operate as a faux counterfeit Moses and Aaron. Check it out. Check out everything they do. And even furthering the Revelation Exodus parallel, check out how all these plagues are the same plagues you'll see in Exodus. Also, fascinatingly enough, they call down fire from heaven, which is what John and James, the sons of Thunder, Boanerges, wanted to do. Those names John and James are the same as the Egyptian magicians, Janus and Jambres. Fire down from heaven. Alchemy comes from two main words, the Egyptian god Kemet, which alchemy and also chemistry derive from that, and the other word is the Greek word hemi for blood. You'll immediately see how the dark arts passed through secret societies over time, still carry this tradition. Through the public it's basic things like chemistry, but behind the scenes it's the dark arts having to do with blood and manipulating things at an elemental level, which is exactly what the magicians did. They turned the river to blood. Amongst final weird patterns, you may have put two and two together and realized that Moses and Joseph may have been pharaohs, or next to Pharaoh as notable Egyptian figures under different names. So many fascinating mysteries to get into. Just make sure that this world doesn't steal your Moses glow. See you next time.
I want that diamond Moses glow. You know, the Bible has so many fascinating mysteries I want to know more about.
You know there are more than 145 top-secret facilities that house extraterrestrials. The most well-known facility is Area 51, but there is one that's been given the nickname the Alien Hilton. Bob Lazar says the official name is S4, and he describes seeing 9 flying saucers. He said one of the crafts was a sleek metallic disc, roughly 52 feet in diameter. Inside, everything was smooth and seamless, no buttons or switches. He also mentioned that the entire disc was powered by a small reactor that produced an anti-gravity field running on an element called 115. But it gets even crazier. Lazar claimed that the government is reverse engineering this alien technology for military use. Lazar also met one of the beings from these discs, and he described them as around 39 inches tall, no hair, no external ears, and very fine features. He also couldn't figure out how they got in and out of their suits, as there were no zippers, seams, or buttons. It seemed like the suits were materialized onto their bodies. The government has since erased his employment records and academic history. They have even gone as far as to say he is deluded. But this is where things get interesting. Lazar has passed all lie detector tests.
Aliens are demons. Why you can't mention the name of Jesus in those facilities? Something wrong.
Were told to set up a video camera in the darkened cellar and aim it into a pair of mirrors so that it could see only its own viewfinder. While it was recording, nothing unusual was seen. But when the tape was played back, these remarkable images had mysteriously appeared.
Other times, spirit faces were coming towards us.
That one's
Needless
scary.
to say, it is impossible that video feedback was responsible for these images. As to what some of these extraordinary pictures represent, we can only guess, since their meaning was never explained to the Skoll group. This is another equally enigmatic video. It appears to be part of a strange face with moving eyes. We spoke to Dr. Scher at his home in Switzerland.
There's absolutely no possibility that this film could have been prepared before, because I selected one of the video films which was in its original packaging, which I opened. I took the film out, I signed the film, and I put it personally in the video camera.
At a later time, a few video experiments were attempted in full light. Once again, nothing unusual was seen during the recording. However, on playback, this appeared.
There you go. That's your alien right there.
In November 1999, the three principal investigators published their conclusions in the SBR's official proceedings. This extensive volume is now known as the Skoll Report.
If you take all the phenomena within the whole of the Skoll experiment over 2 years while we were there, I would say that the possibility of fraud and faking was nil.
Today I'm
I like to see this experiment replicated.
going to show you the scariest things on the internet. We've all heard of urban legends like Bigfoot, Yeti, the Loch Ness Monster, but what we're about to show you today is so disturbing that not even America tries to find these things. I'm going to be focusing on Japanese urban legends, and it's about to get real very quickly. I found this list on the internet, and as you can see at the top, these are like the not so scary ones, but I'm going to focus on this one. This is Kashima Reiko, or also known as the Curse of Teke Teke. The story goes that Kashima was a very lonely girl, and she didn't have many friends, so she wanted to, She made her way to a railroad track and decided to jump in front of the train where it severed her body. Kashima was split into two, but she didn't die. In fact, she spent some time crawling around looking for the lower half of her body. The legend states that once you find out about this story, you have exactly 3 days before Kashima comes to your house to try and steal your legs, or the lower half of your body in general. And basically, if you don't want her to get you, you gotta share this with somebody else.
Yeah,
I mean, this
okay.
is just the story, I'm just explaining it. But let's be real though, she's pretty terrifying.
Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not fear evil, for you are with me.
Just because you have free time doesn't mean that people should have access to it.
You need time to recharge.
Exactly. For example, recently my father called me and said, "Hey, are you free?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "Great, I've had a bad fall and I need your help because I can't get up." And I had to say, "Sorry, Dad, my rest time is actually an important part of my self-care as an entrepreneur."
I'm sure your dad would understand.
Well, I haven't heard from him since, but yeah, I think so.
Now,
this is where Queen Elizabeth come from. And does she look, this is Queen Alexandria. Do she look like a white woman or a mulatto? This is why all their hair is always up. A whitey person, pure whitey, don't have hair like that. These are the mulatto groups of people. This is why the queen always got a little mini fro. Because of where she came from. She can always make sure she got that resemblance of her nobility, because the only black nobility, what you call the swarthy, was the nobility of Europe. The Huguenots was the nobility of Europe. That's why she wear her hair to be like her ancestors as a sign of nobility affiliation. Okay?
Okay.
Listen, history is a lie. That's his story, not the story. Are we gonna, listen now, we gonna ruin the lies. We putting the truth out. These are the things they hide from us that make a lot of people think they're gonna disrespect us. You have Camino Chinos, they have no history, they have nothing, thinking they're gonna disrespect a group of people that been around the sun and come back. Not even the sun can burn us out of existence. We endure all sorts of things, all sorts of malefic intentions, all sorts of discrimination, all sorts of abuse, all sorts of backstabbing. And we still here to think these little children from these Camino Chinos and these Arab liars thinking they're going to step up to the plate and disrespect us? Oh, hell no. Our ancestors got our mind right to tell these truths. Okay? And this is why they want to take out TikTok. That's why TikTok is, they make sure to hurry up and shut down TikTok, because of truth like this.
There's literally a movie about it. It's called Bell. All right, folks, I'm going to end our video with this coming clip. Be kind to each other. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to like or dislike so I can make better content. Thank you for staying till the end. There's a free gift below if you like. Thank you for watching. Have a prosperous day and God bless.
Watu tuna vitu vingi sana. Huyu nani? Who is this guy? Why? Why between my interview you're passing around? I hate you!